88.7 FM Ilorin. Shining Supreme.
The news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. This is news on
In the headlines, city polls, INEC pledges e-transmission of results. APC chieftain alleges lack of transparency in Kwara executive consensus arrangement ahead of Congress. TikToker Mirabel to face prosecution if rape claim is false, says police. Gunmen storm palace, kill Ondo monarch in failed abduction attempt. On the foreign scene, U.S. to withdraw troops from Syria as tensions mount with Iran. And sports news, Infantino condemns alleged racist abuse aimed at Vinicius. Good afternoon and thank you for staying with us in Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. This is the news on the hour. I am BISOLA. ODUWOLE SULEIMAN will bring you details of the news after this break. Please stay with us.
They never sabi anything. Now we get this town city and we go burn and down as long as say they give us better money. Nothing consign us. Just give us the change and we go scatter ground.
Young man, wait, stop and think. Why cut your life short, following evil orders from unpatriotic elements? Ask yourself, would they put their own children in these dangerous situations? Is it worth the shame, pain, and disgrace to your family, friends, and loved ones? Think about it and say no to being used to disrupt the peace.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
Welcome back from that break. Please note that you can listen to us via our website, www.diamondfm.net, or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 87 FM and YouTube Diamond FM Ilorin. Now the news in detail. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has assured that the results of the Saturday's Federal Capital Territory FCT Area Council elections will be transmitted electronically from polling units. INEC Chairman Professor Joash Amunkpito gave the assurance after assessing the Commission's level of preparedness in Kuje, Gwagwalada, and Bwari area councils, stressing that the Commission would not compromise standards. Meanwhile, the FCT Police Command confirmed the deployment of its personnel alongside the Army, Air Force, Navy, Department of State Services, DSS, and sister agencies ahead of the elections. The Ogun State Police Command has stated that the alleged perpetrator in the sexual assault case involving Nigerian TikToker Mirabel will be arrested and prosecuted if investigations confirm her claims, but warned that she could face legal consequences if the allegation is found to be false. The Police Public Relations Officer of the Command, DSP Oluseyi Babasheyi, made this known during an interview on national television while addressing public concerns surrounding the ongoing investigations. According to him, the police remain neutral and committed to establishing the truth through due process. The police spokesperson also dismissed widespread claims circulating on social media, alleging that the TikToker had been arrested by the police, describing such reports as false. Suspected armed bandits have reportedly killed a traditional ruler, Obakende Falodu, the Alagamo of Agamo community, during a violent assault on his palace in Akure, North Local Government Area of Ondo State. The attackers, reportedly about 10 in number, were said to have stormed the monarch's residence on Wednesday evening in what residents described as attempted abduction of the royal father and members of his household. According to the monarch's wife, who narrowly escaped the attack, The gunmen initially attempted to whisk the monarch away, but encountered resistance before the situation escalated. Confirming the incident on Thursday, the spokesman for the Nigeria Police Force in Ondo State, DSP Abayomi Jimo, said the divisional police officer, alongside tactical teams, immediately mobilized officers and local security groups, including Amotekun Corps, hunters, and Atulushi vigilantes, to comb nearby bushes in search of the attackers. The Kwara North Development Commission, KNDC, has called on the National Judicial Council, NJC, to investigate what it described as a clear case of judicial overreach and executive interference in the judiciary in the state. Recall that the trio of Honorable Ilyasu Ibrahim, Shola Muse, and Adeshomowo Adegogo were remanded by Justice E.B. Mohammed on Tuesday in a correctional center over an alleged case of defamation against the elder brother of the governor, the Mutawali of Ilorin, Dr. Alimi Abdurazak, during the radio program. KNDC, in a statement issued by its president, Honorable Abdullahi Mansuma, and Publicity Secretary Adia Zainabu Seko, respectively, made available to journalists in Ilorin, expressed concern that the remand order came despite the constitutional presumption of innocence and the fundamental rights of the defendants to a fair hearing. Still in Kwara, a chieftain of the Kwara State All Progressives Congress APC, Alhaji Mohammed Miriam Al-Hassan, has alleged that party stakeholders were not informed about consensus affirmative arrangement of party executives in the state. Alhaji Hassan, who hails from Edu local government area, in a statement issued today in Ilorin, called for transparency ahead of the forthcoming State Executive Congress. He called on party leadership to adhere strictly to constitutional provisions and established guidelines in conducting the Congress from ward to national levels. Alhaji Al-Hassan therefore called on officials from the party's national secretariat deployed to the state to ensure the process reflects openness, credibility, and genuine participation. And that's it on the local scene. The news on the hour is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We'll take a short time out. When we return, U.S. to withdraw troops from Syria as tensions mount with Iran. We'll bring you that story in foreign news and some others in the world of sports. Please stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, Diamond Supreme.
Welcome back from that break. You're still tuned in and listening to the news on the hour, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Before that break, we brought you local stories. Now we move on to the foreign scene. The United States is preparing to largely withdraw its remaining troops from Syria over the next few months, a senior White House official has told the BBC. The official said the Syrian government has agreed to take the lead in combating terrorism within its borders, and U.S. military presence at scale is no longer required. Recall that American troops have been in Syria since 2015 as part of an anti-terrorism campaign to counter the influence of the Islamic State, ISIS. However, the decision to withdraw troops came as U.S. President Donald Trump ramps up military presence in the Middle East as tensions mount with Iran. Still in foreign news, former South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol has been sentenced by South Korean court to life in prison after being found guilty on charges of abuse of authority and masterminding an insurrection stemming from his December 2024 attempt to impose martial law. Prosecutors had sought the death penalty in the case, closely watched in a deeply divided country. It is the most consequential yet for the ousted leader, whose bid triggered a national political crisis and tested democratic resilience. That's it on the foreign scene. Moving into the world of sport, Nigeria Premier Football League side Kwara United could be heading for heavy sanctions following the crowd disturbance that disrupted their home fixture against Rivers United on Wednesday, with disciplinary measures expected in the coming days. Violence erupted after Rivers United scored a late equalizer through David Sholomade, where the home fans attacked match officials and prevented visiting players from leaving the stadium. The Rivers United General Manager, Oke Paluku, who was also attacked by the angry supporters. Meanwhile, Kora United are currently battling relegation, and banishing the team from Ilorin could further affect their chances of survival. That's it in the world of sport. With that, we've come to the end of the news on the hour for today. But before we go, here's a recap of the major highlights. FCT polls, INEC pledges e-transmission of results. APC chieftain alleges lack of transparency in Kwara executive consensus arrangement ahead of Congress. TikToker Mirabel to face prosecution if rape claim is false, says police. Gunmen storm palace, kill Ondo monarch in failed abduction attempt. On the foreign scene, U.S. to withdraw troops from Syria as tensions mount with Iran. In sport, Infantino condemns alleged racist abuse aimed at Vinicius. Those are the major headlines as brought to you this afternoon. Before we wrap up the news, we take a look at our Today in History segment. Did you know that on this day in the year 1878, Thomas Edison received a patent for his phonograph, the first machine to record and reproduce sound? Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact the Diamond FM newsroom number on 09160627526, 09160627526. Join us at 3 p.m. for the news flash and at 5 p.m. for the news across the world for a comprehensive bulletin. The news on the hour was put together by Nedu Okorie. I am BISOLA. ODUWOLE SULEIMAN. Thank you for listening to your Shine in Supreme Station. Please stay tuned for the news in Yoruba coming up shortly. Good afternoon.